Hey, what's up, gang? I have a little bit of Yankees news for you. Well, I not only want to give Yankees incoming news, I want to give outgoing news when it makes sense to. So, all throughout the lockout. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss Yankees news, baseball news of any kind. And I hope you're enjoying the stuff I'm putting out recently. And I do think things will start picking up. I mean, there was a lot of energy going into this lockout, and I think it's just building up and building up and building up. And it's going to kind of blow out the gates once the lockout ends with, frenzy of moves and trades and free agency. So I expect a lot of stuff to happen once the lockout ends, as soon as it ends, particularly with the Yankees as well. I think they're going to be relatively busy. But in the meantime, while this thing's going on, make sure you watch the videos. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Trying to pass that 7,000 subscriber barrier. We're at about 6,800 and change. So if you haven't subscribed, it's really helpful to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. But the Yankees news of the day today is former #1 draft pick Kyle Holder was released by the Yankees in November. He signed with the Colorado Rockies. And why do I mention Kyle Holder? Well, he was one of the more highly touted prospects. He signed as number 30 overall pick in the first round in the 2015 draft. He's also a defensively gifted player who plays second, third, and short in the infield. So to me, he would have been a perfect late inning replacement, for a team like the Yankees. The only problem with him is his bat number really caught up to his glove. So I think that's one of the main reasons why they replaced him. But that said, too, when you bring in somebody like who could be a late inning defensive replacement, the emphasis, in my opinion, is not really to generate more runs. It's for run prevention, and guys like that come in handy. So it's disappointing to me to see that he didn't pan out. I would have liked him to pan out, but this really, it gives you some insight into the Yankees' priorities too. How much is run prevention late in games a priority for them? Look at a lot of the guys they moved on from this offseason so far. A lot of them are good gloves, so I don't really know where their priorities stand in terms of that. And I'm hoping these new coaches can help out, but they've kind of boxed themselves into the point where they're going to need to bring in some elite players, particularly at the glove. So, that shortens the list, obviously, of shortstops. I mean, Oswald Peraza is an elite glove, and he's got the bat to match it, but who knows if he's going to be moved in a potential trade from Matt Olson or somebody else. Carlos Correa is an elite defender, but he's also probably going to be universally hated here for a while until he changes that, or and I don't know if the Yankees are going to want to pay him $300+ million, because he's going to get $300+ million. So whether it's on an 8-year deal or a 10-year deal, but that's going to happen. That's a given. Trevor Story is the other guy who won't cost as much, but he's also a defensively gifted shortstop who can play multiple infield positions. So I say this because the Yankees have had guys recently that have fit this bill, that all cheap rookies under pre-arb guys that they could have been, they could have come in handy here, like Tyler Wade did, and like some of these other guys, and they're getting rid of a lot of them. So that's leaving them kind of in box positions, even though the Yankees have made moves this offseason, catchers and pitcher here and there, like Ender Inciarte for the outfield. They still need some good gloves in the infield, and they don't have many of them. They got Gio at third, first base is up in the air, second base is still up in the air. We don't know whether it's going to be DJ or Glaber, and shortstop's up in the air. So there's still some suspect defense there, and you need guys like that. So I was actually surprised that that Kyle Holder didn't pan out even as a late inning replacement. He would have been a good fit here, but he signed with the Rockies before the lockout, and I think he's probably going to wind up playing well there, even if whatever role he plays. But it's guys like this who could have been hidden gems for the Yankees, who I wish they would give the guys a shot because of the one skill set they have. Not every player has masked multiple skill sets for the Yankees, so it would have been nice to have him give him an opportunity, but it didn't happen. So Kyle Holder is no longer with the Yankees. I don't even know if most of you remember him, but he was their first round pick in 2015. So, and he signed for almost a $2 million signing bonus. It's like 1.8 or 1.9 million. So he was a solid player. He was. He just, didn't have the bat to back it up. But then there's other Yankees who don't have the bat to back it up either. But this is where a well-balanced team approach comes into play. Good defensive players who can come in towards the end of the game and shift it again from hanging on for dear life or trying to catch up again to run prevention. And good defensive players like this, young athletic guys, could be good fits for your run prevention. So to make it easier on starting pitchers, make it easier on the bullpen and stuff like that. But that's the news. I just wanted to drop it to you. You'll see my next video coming out tomorrow morning. I hope to see you tomorrow night on the live stream. Take it easy, guys.